Retinol is one of the most powerful ingredients in skincare, bar none. That means we have to have respect for it and a little bit of patience with it, because our form of retinol is actually true retinol, not a blend, not diluted. It is the purest form. We're only going to use it at night, and we're going to take our time whilst we get into it. It's not a race. We're just going to take it nice and slowly and get the results en route. As we said, there's two levels. You start off with the 0.6, and ideally you'll be using skin protein first for the record. Use skin protein, you can go straight in with your retinol, or sometimes I say to clients, start with your protein for a couple of weeks and then bring in your 0.6. It's almost like you've earned that reward to do it, and eventually will help you migrate or graduate, as we like to call it, onto the 1%. So that's kind of your path. Start with protein, then your 0.6 while still using protein, then graduate to 1% while still using your protein, just to give you the full picture. But it does take time. So ideally we'd encourage you to use it at night. As we said, you start off with once a week at night. So example, protein every morning, protein every evening. Using your protein and retinol together, you will get the best results. And then with retinol, you just bring it in, example, Monday on week 1. And then next week you bring it in Monday and Wednesday. And then the week after, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you get the point. You're always trying to bring it in and increase the night, but leave a night or two in between as much as you can. How do you know how your skin's getting on? If you feel your skin's in any way dry or irritated, or perhaps you got a spot or two that's not your norm, don't stop, just drop. So drop back a night, that's it. And then just listen to your skin. If you have any questions at any stage, you can just message us or message any of the reps or email, honestly, any way to contact us to ask. But this is the most important ingredient to get into the skin. We just gotta take our time. Think of it like the gym, a little bit of slow and steady, but you will win the race. What I will say is the goal is to try to get yourself up to using it 5 to 6 to 7 times a week at night. So example, you might be using protein, then you bring your 0.6 in and you get yourself up to 5 times a week at night with 0.6. It's not a race to get to 1%. Keep on that for a bottle or two, and then when you do jump up to the 1%, it's nearly double the doses. You can do the math yourself. So realistically what you want to do is not go straight into having used 5 times a week at night your 0.6 into 5 times of the 1%. It's too much. So just go back down to maybe twice on week 1 and 3 times a week 2, and then incrementally build it back up. Don't compare it to anyone else, just do it your own way. Now if you're a lover of acids like I am, Sally and AHA, then I am conscious of using them on the same night. It's not to say you never will, but whilst you're getting used to retinol and the acids, just wouldn't do them on the same night together. I'll show off and say that I can, but it's taking me time to get there. Now what you can do is use powder polish, no problem, no rules, all the time, don't have to think. So that's something else to consider. Now last thing I'll say is, we would hope you're putting your SPF on anyway, but with this, skin shield is really important because retinol, truth be told, does make the skin more sensitive to light. That's one of the reasons why we say to use it at night. So just make sure you're putting your SPF on in the morning, and then you don't have to worry about anything whilst you're getting phenomenal results. So who is this product for? So we've talked about protein, and you know that it's for every morning and every evening, and vitamin A and protein and the vitamin A and retinol, same ingredient, different ways of getting into the skin. They do the same thing, it's just retinol is faster. So ultimately it will help with lines, wrinkles, pigment because it triggers collagen. It'll help with the size of pores because it's triggering your collagen and elastin. It'll help balance out your oil because it has an impact on your sebaceous gland, so if you're dry or oily, it'll help you. If you've pigment, hyperpigment or redness, sun damage, it will help you. It is essentially the most results-driven product on this market. There is no one else that we know of. This is essentially like a clinic level brand that you're able to get at your particular store. So people will get phenomenal results if they say to you, I want help with anti-aging. I've got lines, I've got wrinkles, I've got pores. My skin is unbalanced and I feel it's too dry or it's too oily. If someone says they've got hyperpigmentation or age spots or redness and it's just bothering them, then I promise you faithfully, get them onto retinol. Is where you want them to be. Just don't forget to tell them how to take the time to get there. They'll still get results as they get there, but they will literally be looking for the prize. How does it feel? Bloody beautiful. We made it so that it has lots of skin loving ingredients inside it, because whilst you're using retinol, you want to make sure that you're not causing any irritation to the skin. So that's why it feels so bloody beautiful. Hyaluronic, glycerine, we've packed it full of skin loving ingredients. So people always message saying, oh my God, I love it. And I'm like, yes, 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 I love that you love it, but I've made it that way so that it's safe for the skin, so that you get it into the skin to get the results. But I actually don't want you to love it so much, the feel of it, that you use it every night. So it feels divine. I shouldn't have made it feel so bloody beautiful perhaps, but it really does feel stunning on the skin. But don't confuse that with wanting to put on every night until you've built it up that way. So it feels fabulous, but I probably shouldn't have made it as fabulous. The key ingredients are kind of written on the front of the bottle, right? But there's actually so much more, as is always the case with Skingredients. First up, let's talk about the retinol. Many brands use retinol, retinoids, different complexes, comparison products, plant-derived equivalents, and a lot of them aren't the pure form. The pure form of retinol is what we have inside both of these bottles, and that is how we are getting the phenomenal results that we are. It's also encapsulated, meaning that's kind of cocooned, so although it's pure, it's kind of safe drip-fed delivery into the skin, which means that you get the results without the compromising of the irritation or the sensitivity that you often associate with a retinol product. That doesn't mean go straight into it, that doesn't mean go straight to 1%, but it means we have created ingredients that cocoon it. Niacinamide, B3, such a powerful ingredient for redness, sensitivity, irritation, pigmentation and aging, so together they work so phenomenally well. But when you feel that texture, you'll know that it's hyaluronic and glycerine and skin-loving ingredients inside. So there's a lot of key ingredients at the correct level to make a big difference. What I will say is that the retinol, the 0.6, but the 1% is the highest legal level you can have within the EU. There ain't no messing. We are getting results because of the ingredients inside. I mean, it's no surprise. Skin ingredients, retinol, R1, our retinol really rocks. Top tips, couple to say, right? It is really important that you do apply your SPF anyway, but particularly when you're using retinol. So SPF, Skin Shield every morning, it's kind of a non-negotiable, but you get it. Skin Good Fats is a product to consider alongside retinol. Why? Sometimes people, like with the gym, you go on day one and then a few days later you feel like you're a little bit tender. You figured out ways to stretch and to look after yourself, so you keep pushing through. You don't stop going to the gym because you're a little bit sore. Same with retinol. Sometimes it depends on where you are in the world, what's happening in your life, how much vitamin A you naturally have within your skin. Now your skin's going, what's this you're giving back to me? Use Skin Good Fats first, then put your retinol on, and it can actually slow down the penetration even more. Or you can put Skin Good Fats on at the end and it really locks it in. So always message us and ask us, but they call it skin sandwiching or retinol sandwiching. Skin Good Fats is the piece de resistance if someone is struggling to get used to vitamin A externally. So Skin Good Fats, underdog. Powder polish is a safe exfoliant. Now that's not to say you can't use AHA and Sally. I just wouldn't, whilst I'm building myself up, use them on the same night, because you're already conscious that your skin is getting used to a very active product. Why would you exfoliate on the same night? Whereas a powder polish, no problem, can use it same night, not a bother whatsoever. With skin protein, I just want to say, because people ask this all the time, you can use skin protein in the morning, every evening, and then use your retinol at night. In fact, the more vitamin A you are able to apply to your skin topically, the better and the more healthier your skin will be. I see it myself with our panelists when they're on and off it. The two together is piece de resistance. Just be aware of that. So people think, oh, I just stop protein, then I go into retinol, or I'll just go straight to retinol. You can, but if you want the true results, you do them together. It's like you ideally would do your weightlifting and your cardio, not just one without the other. And then the last thing I need to tell you this story about really quickly is we had this product for 4 years in the making. 2 of those years we had panelists behind the scenes, signed non-disclosure agreements using it, and if you've seen their videos, you don't need me to tell you anything more. The reduction in the lines, the wrinkles, the pigment, the pores, but most importantly, the stories, the emotion. Like, we were all genuinely bawling on set that day because the results they saw did so much more than just physical. It helped them feel so much better in their skin. There's not a person on this planet that will benefit from retinol. Have a look at those videos and you'll find out so much more.